Let me be blunt. If you're still yanking weeds out of your garden the moment they pop up, you're sabotaging your soil and stunting your plant growth. I've seen it countless times in raised beds, backyard plots, and even hydroponic setups. You pull weeds, you destroy microbial networks, and you waste a golden source of nitrogen your plants could be drinking straight into their roots. That's why today we're going to focus on a high-nitrogen weed tea that transforms your unwanted greens into explosive spring growth. Stick around, and if you're serious about results, hit that subscribe button. This isn't fluff, it's tested, practical gardening knowledge. The common mistake that slows every serious gardener down. Most gardeners think weeds are enemies. They pull them, they compost a handful if they're feeling generous, or worse, they toss them out entirely. Every dandelion, clover, or chickweed you rip out is full of nitrogen, minerals, and microbial energy. Pulling them without processing them is like throwing cash into the wind while hoping your tomatoes grow faster. The consequence? Your soil stays weaker, your plants take longer to green up, and your yields plateau. Instead, we're going to capture that nitrogen, convert it into a liquid form, and feed it directly back to your garden. Why high nitrogen tea works better than synthetic fertilizers? I've run side-by-side tests in raised beds and container gardens using synthetic nitrogen versus fermented garden weed tea. In every single trial, the tea outperformed synthetic fertilizers. The reason isn't magic, it's biology. Synthetic nitrogen hits fast, plants take it up, but the soil microbes don't benefit. Your garden becomes dependent on chemicals. High nitrogen weed tea builds soil life. It encourages beneficial bacteria, fungi, and worms that process nutrients efficiently. Over time, the garden self-feeds in a way synthetic fertilizers simply can't replicate. How to make high-nitrogen weed tea that your plants will drink. Start by gathering fresh weeds before they flower. Dandelions, clover, nettle, anything with strong green leaves. Avoid woody plants and anything sprayed with herbicide. Chop your weeds into small pieces and place them in a large bucket or container. You want about a 2-to-1 ratio of water to plant matter. So if you have roughly 2 pounds of weeds, use a gallon of water. Add a handful of molasses or sugar. It kickstarts fermentation. Cover loosely and let it sit in a shaded area for about 7 to 14 days. Stir once a day if possible. You'll notice a slightly sour, earthy smell. That's exactly what you want. Too strong an odor indicates over-fermentation. You can dilute with water before use. Once the tea is ready, you'll want to strain the liquid into a watering can. For small backyard gardens, I find that about a 1/4 gallon per square meter works well. And for raised beds, I usually apply 1/2 gallon per 4-foot section. In hydroponic systems, you'll need to dilute more aggressively. A 1-to-10 ratio with fresh water is definitely safe. This just ensures your plants absorb nitrogen without shocking their roots. I've actually done this with tomatoes, peppers, lettuce, and even herbs, and honestly, the results are striking. Leaf growth can double within 2 weeks. Let's talk about when pulling weeds is actually okay, and when it's not. I'm not saying you should never touch them. If a weed is flowering and seeding into your crop beds, you still need to manage it. But instead of tossing it away, I always feed it into my compost or my worm composter. Here's where the top Cyan 5-tray worm composter comes in. I keep one right next to my garden beds. It's just perfect for turning weeds and kitchen scraps into black gold. All you have to do is layer your chopped weeds and scraps, add worms, and let them process the material over a few weeks. The liquid fertilizer you collect from the bottom spigot is perfect for foliar feeding and soil drenching. And if you want one for your setup, the link is in the description. It's a small investment that produces ongoing returns for soil health and plant growth. So, why does layering your compost matter for maximum nitrogen extraction? Well, I don't just toss weeds in randomly. I always layer them with shredded paper, cardboard, or coffee grounds. This balances the carbon to nitrogen ratio, prevents ammonia burn, and really improves microbial activity. For every 2 parts green weeds, you'll want to add 1 part brown material. In the worm composter, this ratio keeps your worms happy and active, which in turn accelerates nutrient breakdown. You'll notice dark, rich compost tea flowing from the bottom within just a few weeks, ready to feed your plants directly. This is actually where most gardeners miss out. They dump weeds in a heap and expect instant magic. Proper layering, honestly, is the key to turning weeds into explosive growth fuel. So let's talk about how to apply this high nitrogen tea for the biggest impact. Timing is everything, really. You want to apply the tea early in the morning or late in the afternoon, just avoiding that peak sun to reduce any risk of leaf burn. For leafy crops like lettuce or spinach, I usually pour a generous amount directly at the base and then lightly mist the leaves for that foliar uptake. Now for fruiting crops like tomatoes or peppers, I use a watering can to really saturate the soil around the root zone. Raised beds, they need slightly less per square foot than in-ground gardens, since they hold nutrients more efficiently. And hydroponic growers, again, you'll want to dilute carefully. I've found a 1 to 5 dilution with water is safe for NFT or deep water culture systems. If it's too strong, you risk shocking the roots. Consistency matters more than volume here. Apply once a week for rapid early growth, then every 2 weeks as the season moves along. Watch your leaves. The color, thickness, and turgidity are your best indicators. If they're bright, full, and just a bit waxy, you're hitting the sweet spot. But if leaves curl or yellow, go ahead and dilute your tea further. Let's go over some common mistakes gardeners make with weed tea. The biggest mistake is thinking all weeds are created equal. You really want to avoid plants that are chemically treated, toxic, or woody. Another mistake is underestimating dilution. You definitely don't need gallons of undiluted tea. Over-fermentation or over-application will harm plants faster than it helps, trust me. And finally, don't ignore the microbial side of the soil. High nitrogen tea feeds microbes, but if your soil is compacted or lifeless, the benefits are pretty muted. That's where composting and vermiculture come into play. Healthy soil, healthy plants, no shortcuts. Here's why combining worm composting with weed tea creates a garden that practically grows itself. The synergy is real, folks. Using the top cyan worm composter, you feed weeds and scraps, worms create castings, and the liquid you collect is your concentrated nutrient tea. Apply that to your garden, and you're effectively closing the nutrient loop. This method is hands-on, but it saves money, reduces waste, and produces stronger, greener plants. I've seen tomato vines nearly double in size in just 4 weeks. Leafy greens go from pale to deep emerald, and herbs absolutely explode in fragrance and density. It's kind of like giving your plants an energy drink, made entirely from what you would have considered trash. So, wrapping up, grow smarter, not harder. Stop treating weeds like enemies. Transform them into a high nitrogen fuel for your garden. Pair it with a solid vermicomposting system and watch spring growth go from mediocre to explosive. This isn't guesswork. It's applied science from real gardens, raised beds, and hydroponic setups I maintain year-round. If you're serious about growing better food, start with what you already have in your yard. Don't let weeds go to waste. If you want to get a worm composter like the Top C and 5-tray system I use, the link is in the description. It's perfect for indoor or outdoor gardens, compact, and makes harvesting worm tea and castings straightforward. Trust me, it's worth it. Before you go, make sure to subscribe to the Farm Logic channel. We're all about actionable, results-driven advice for serious gardeners, not fluff. Hit that bell icon so you don't miss any videos that actually make your plants grow better. And if you found this useful, share it with a friend who's tired of mediocre growth. Because strong plants, strong gardens, and strong food start with knowledge applied in the dirt.